Hello, this is the time for your Chapter 2 schoology, and then please get ready with your schoology as well as your summary. Okay, summary should be in the page of the. Wait a minute. It should be in this page, which is the 43. What to 43? Let's see. It should be 20. Okay, it should be 20 to 43 if I haven't mixed it up. Yeah, from this page, 20 to 43. Okay, so and also get ready with your schoology. And first this question. As you can see, this one is talking about the river is being managed in the way of the strengthening and also widening of the river channel. So accordingly, I think increase of the river efficiency is correct. And why we have to make it wider and stricter? Because it can reduce the flooding problem. So number 2 is correct because we have a larger channel for doing so. Okay, so more water can pass through during the flood time. Okay, number 3, increase the biodiversity of the channel is not correct because the more rapid river flow will cause the more reduction of biodiversity generally because the fast moving water cannot nurture a lot of different kinds of plants and also different kind of algae as well as their consumer. Okay, and reduction of river velocity is also not right because when we are making it wider and stricter, I think the river velocity will be increased. So accordingly, the answer should be 1 and 2. So what is this about actually? You can refer to the summary. In here, we have already talked about this. Okay, it's about the channelization. Okay, channelization, which is in your page 24. Okay, page 24, channelization. And channelization is talking about altering the lateral shape of the river. So accordingly, deepening and returning of the channel, and then velocity increase. And then if the velocity increase, there will be more with fewer riverbank erosion, but the deposition will also be lowered. Okay, and also the lateral habitat will become destroyed, so biodiversity will decrease. Okay, next question. Next question, which is this one. Okay, feature X, which is talking about a cliff-like landfall. So accordingly, cliff should be for the cliff, it should be erosional. I know it's a bit confusing because right here there's a beach, but it's quite clear that the feature X is pointing at the cliff. Okay, so accordingly, if it's cliff, soft fetch is not right. Okay, bear in mind, soft fetch is always about deposition. Okay, what is fetch? Which is talking about the distance of the wind. Okay, if the distance of the wind is long, so erosion take place. But short fetch means the erosion is not strong, and then also the wind distance is shorter. Okay, the presence of joint and cracks in the headland. Number 2 is correct. Okay, deposition of rock, I don't think so because again, it's a bit confusing, but it's still quite clear that it is pointing at a cliff. So deposition will not occur right there. And then strong hydraulic action and abrasion. These 2 is talking about the erosion. So stronger erosion, cliff occur. So erosion, accordingly, hydraulic action and abrasion is a kind of erosion. So that should be number 4 is correct too. So it should be C. Okay. Number 3. What the following comparison between Tombolo and beach is correct? Tombolo, which is talking about island and a headland. Yes, this is right. Headland is talking about the tip of the land. Okay, the Tombolo is not necessary between 2 islands. It can be a headland with an island. OK 總之我唔一定要兩個島㗎 Tombolo， 我一個係大陸跟住駁一個島我都得㗎，即係譬如話橋咀咁樣，橋咀雖然係個島啦，咁但係都相對大啲，咁嗰忽咪叫 headland 咯。OK， so headland is just talking about a tip of the land. Okay, so headland. This one is correct, and the beach is on a bay, definitely. And then material, tombolo and beach is it should be having the same thing. Okay, the beach will not just screen out the pedals by themselves. So number 2 is both are correct. Okay, it's not right. Okay, I mean it's not right because beach should have the pedals also. Okay, number 3 erosion 喎，唐布魯 is erosion 咩？冇啦，OK。Because it's talking about two islands joined together, we are constructing something to connect with two islands. So it should be deposition. Number 3 is also wrong. So accordingly, number 1 and 4 is the only right answer. 長洲啊嘛，唐保羅 beach and we can find and it can is in shadow. Okay. Number 1 and number 4 boy. Okay. Wave erosion is more common in the east and southeast coast because the presence of the red rock. Is it the case? Not really. Weathering. Let's see the later one. Okay. Constructive wave. Well, erosion. Well, how come constructive wave is taking place? No way. Okay. Longer fetch. Right. Because just like this one. Okay. Short fetch is wrong ma. But this is talking about erosional structure ma. So if we are talking about erosional right here, sorry. If we are talking about erosional longer fetch should be right. Okay. Erosion, longer fetch will lead to erosion. Okay. Longer distance of a rain, which is talking about they can accumulate larger energy. Okay. So number 3 is correct. The exposure of the easterly winds most of the time. Hong Kong is having most of the time is easterly wind. So number 1 is likely to be correct, but in general, weathering is not really related to the erosion, right? As you have learned in dynamic earth, weathering is weathering, erosion is erosion, but they will join together and form a process called denudation. But if we are just talking about erosion, I don't think we should connect with weathering. So number 1 and 2 is not correct. So number 3 and 4, which is the answer should be D. Okay, this one, a group of students are planning to have a field trip to measuring the change of the velocity of the river is in different courses. Which of the following data should be collected? Width of the river, right? Because it can affect the cross-sectional area, which can affect the velocity of the river too. And also the depth of the river is also correct because it's about the cross-sectional area too. Okay. Number 3, number 4. Number 3, gradient. If it is steeper, the river, the water will run faster. So number 3 is also correct. Number 4, roughness of the river. If we have more obstacle in the riverbed, the river will slow down. So accordingly, number 4 is also correct. Okay, both 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 好啦 this one 啦 OK which of the following comparison between the section of river is correct? Upper course, wow, this one actually can be just use one table to KO. Okay, right here, which is talking about page 20. Can you see? See the wall right here. Upper course steep, lower course gentle. Let's change to the schoology. Gradient large. Lower course small. Is this one correct? Yes. Okay, and then you can search it one by one through here. Actually, page 20 of your notes. Okay, is it page 20? I double confirm again. Yes, page 20 of your notes. Okay, and then you can find out one by one. The velocity, discharge, speed of the river flow, which is velocity, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. So I'm not going to go through one by one here, and then let's check it out here. Gradient, number 1 is correct. Velocity, bear in mind, the velocity of the upper course is common mistake, low. Okay, because there are more obstacle in the upper hill. Okay, and then lower course is high. Okay, most of you always said that upper course is having high velocity of flow. Okay, this common mistake. It should be vice versa. Number 2 is wrong. Bear in mind. Okay, and then number 3 explain with number 4 because these two is logically inconsistent. Okay, why is logically inconsistent? If the low is rounded, then the roughness of the bed should not be high. Okay, why? Because if the roundness, if the low are roundness, which means most of the rock are eroded and erased to a round pattern. So if it is not angular, if it's smooth, how come it's rough? Okay, so these two are logically inconsistent, is contra mutually exclusive. So number three, let's check out which one is right up. Roundness of the low. Is this in the upper course we have something round? The rock is not round, it's angular. You can refer to here. The low is angular. Check this out. Wait a minute. Yeah, upper course right here is upper course. You can see angular. Angular in Chinese, very sharp. Okay, and then right here, mostly rounded for the lower course. So number three, this one is wrong. Okay, number three is wrong. Okay, it should be having a higher roundness low in the lower course. Okay, instead of in the higher course. Okay, so number four is correct because as I have said, mutually exclusive. One is right and one is wrong. If this is not right, this one should be right. So number one and number four is correct. So A. Okay. Which of the following favors the development of the delta? Let's check out the choice right here. Okay, building of dams not related to the delta, is it? No, it is obstructing the development of the river because it block all the sediment. Okay, returning farmland into next. This one is can works because uh, this answer is not correct. I give you a wrong answer for here. Okay, but anyway, for here, let's see the right answer is returning farmland to the lake layer is not correct actually. This one is the correct one. Sorry about that. Okay, uh, let's see. Let's see which one is correct. Deforestation in the upper course, it may be helping build first of all, this two is definitely wrong because this one is reducing the sediment that can bring to the lower cost. This one also because farmland the lake can help to store the sediment. Okay, so this one is also help to reduce the sediment that brings to the lower cost. How about this? How about this? As I said before, choose the best answer but not the right answer. So which one is best? Which one can outweigh another one? Can you think about it? This one is more direct. Why? Because it's in the river mouth. Okay? 你直接喺個河口嗰度啊嘛。Okay? Cutting all the mangrove and then it can help to increase the sediment. Okay? So this one is correct. Safe question. And then another one. We should in the this one. Which of the landform are shown in this diagram? Okay, beach. Can you find a beach? This one is a beach, right? And then sands beach, sands bar, tombolo. Can you see tombolo? Sandbar is talking about this this thing, okay? And then sands beach is talking about the tube, and then because of the longshore drift, it is keep developing 沙咀啊。咁咧呢個沙咀咧就佢會繼續develop 嘅，因為我啲 longshore drift 繼續喺度累積啊嘛。Okay, so but in between sandbar and sand speed, which one is right? I think it should be sand speed because bar is talking about something which is going to seal up the bay. OK 若果冇記錯嘅話，睇睇答案先真心唔記得。 It should be 1 and 2. Not 1 and 2. Let's see, I forget the choice. Right? How come? What's that? Yeah. 1 and 2, I mean, 1 and 2, because it's talking about, it's not here, okay? It's not here, so that I just mix up. I think it's here, so I just answer 1 and 2, but actually it's talking about the feature which is not here. So number 3 and 4 is the correct answer. Sometimes you have to pay attention to this. Okay, you can see the time now. I'm having the recording is 12 o'clock, so that I'm in a bit lot of good condition. Wow, this one what happening? What's talking about here? Which of the following are the favorable physical conditions for the formation of above depositional landform? Long fracture, bear in mind, as I have said before, long fracture should be erosional, short fracture should be depositional. So number 1 is definitely wrong. And then existence of longshore drift. Longshore drift is the precondition of the depositional landform. So this one correct. Alluvium bought by the river. Yes, you can see a river right here. Okay, sorry, the thing is in vice versa condition. Okay, thrust greater than the backwash. What is thrust? The flow that is giving out the sediment. Backwash, which is talking about taking away the sediment. So if the condition of if the water flow for giving the sediment is larger than the taking away the sediment, it should be depositional. So D is correct. Okay, 好啦 this one also not too good for the definition. Okay, P S R. Okay, so what kind of landform do we have? And you can see right here we have a gap here. So this one should be a stack actually. Okay, so if it's a stack, S should be erosional. And how about PQRS? Where's Q? Oh, where's Q? I don't know where is Q. Sorry about this. P and R. Let's check out P and R first. Okay, P right here it should be a beach, and then R is quite exposed, so R should be also erosional. So 哇，1 2 3 4 1 1 3 4咧，即係睇唔到喎。Let's see right here because Q, is it Q having some depositional features? I don't think so because it's also in an exposed area. So 1 3 4. Okay, 1 3 4. Because Q 咧 you can see if it is a lost shell exposed location， 佢突咗出嚟噶嘛佢突咗出嚟嘅話咧，好易俾人砌咁砌嘅話咧 erosion 就會多啦，多嘅話咧咁咪1 3 4咯，得唔得？因為2錯啊嘛，得唔得 ？Which of the following correctly describing the effects of the water cycle by the vegetation？ OK， 你多樹又會點啊？More trees will have more interception because interception is talking about the branch or the leaf that holds the water. So this one is correct. This one is not correct. Sorry. And then increasing vegetation, is it going to increase the surface runoff 咧 ？No, it can reduce the surface runoff. 點解咧？因為你多樹咧係會幫你吸住啲水噶嘛。The trees will absorb the water indeed. So the general water that's flowing on the ground surface is not increased. Okay. Atmospheric humidity. This one is correct because when you go to hiking, you can find that the area with more trees, with the tree shade, is more humid, right? So because the trees can help you to retain the water. So this one is correct. Okay. C. No doubt. Next one. Number 12. Number 12 right here. Wow, wait a minute. I don't want this. Let's give some times for them to lower it. Okay. And also, for here, sorry about that, I haven't mentioned about water cycle in my summary because I think this one is already taught. It should be taught in your Form 2 already. Okay, you can see here which of the following shown in the paragraph. In the paragraph below is talking about a I have to press into inside, sorry. Because the choice is right here. You can see there's a waterfall like something right here, okay? So it's asking you, as you can see in the previous showing, okay? Which one? Which this one is about waterfall, but the picture is too large. Okay. Which one is incorrect? Hydraulic action is permanent. This one is right. Okay. If it is a waterfall, the landform is located in the upper course of the river. The fluvial landform, mainly fluvial processes should be the vertical erosion. Sorry, I missed fluvial action. A process, not action. Okay, I mean this. Okay. So accordingly, actually for the waterfall, there are some deposition. Okay. Because it is still in the because there's a punch pool, right? If the punch pool is right here, and you can find out that the punch pool will reduce the velocity of the river, and the deposition may take place in the punch pool. Okay, this one which is talking about the amount of rainfall interact with the erosion and deposition. Okay, if the amount of rainfall increase, erosion increase, deposition is it increasing? Having doubt. Okay, how about this? This one is wrong. How about decrease? Decrease嘅話 okay, I think if the rainfall is decreased, erosion should be decreased, and then the deposition should be increased. Okay, do you still remember the condition of the delta, formation of delta, which is talking about it? The dry period also may lead to the occurrence of the dry season. The dry season will lead to the deposition occur. So the answer is D, because the rainfall decrease, the energy of water erosion decrease. Okay, so it can increase the deposition. Okay, but if the rainfall increases because the water capacity is still stronger, so the deposition will decrease. Okay, it can bring more sediment still, so the deposition will increase. The decrease, sorry. Okay, this one. And this one, you can see you can see the landform Y is actually a bridge, and then landform X is actually a stack. So landform X is a erosional landform. This is okay. If you still forget which one is which one, you can check out page. Let's see, page should be behind. Right here. If you still forget which one is which one, page 34, 35, and 33 can help. Okay, but not going to go through here lah. Okay, landform X erosion landform, and then landform Y is the depositional landform. You see the case and you can see that erosional landform, depositional landform should be Y. You can see there's a bridge here. X is a stack, so this one is right. So erosional always having high energy, deposition lower energy, and then exposed headland, which is talking about the tip of the land. Okay, you can see this one is the tip of the land, so all of them are correct. Dot. Okay, shallow bay, you can see shallow bay. Okay, this one, which statement, this statement, this, what is this, seawall, something like that okay, hard strategy, right, and then the reducing wave energy, yes, okay, and then construction cost of this energy of this strategy is high, isn't it? No. Compared with other, it's still a low cost strategy. Be careful. Oh, this is gabion. Okay. It's not high because while compared with the beach nourishment. Okay. Next one. 14. Done. 16. Be quick, come up. This one done. This one done. 16. Okay. This one. Segment A, segment B. Okay. Segment A is upper courser, and then segment B is lower courser. And then again, check out for this question, for this type of refer question. Check out page 20. Okay. This table you should bear in mind for this table. This table you should bear in mind. Okay, what is the characteristic of upper course, middle course, and also lower course? You should bear in mind. Okay, so let's get back to here. The discharge of the upper course smaller, right? Okay, and then for the lower course larger. 因為匯川成河到後尾 all the branch will join together. So in the lower course, the discharge is larger. How about the velocity? Velocity this is wrong. Okay, this is wrong because in the lower course it is higher, as I've mentioned before. Okay, you can check out page 20 of the book of the summary. Okay, you can see upper course low, lower course high. Be careful. Common misconception. Okay. This one is wrong. Okay, because it should be vice versa. Okay, upper cost lower velocity, lower cost high velocity. Energy there's no 1 and 3 actually, so the answer is quite obvious. Okay, but anyway, have a look. Okay, because they are more river, they are more water, so their energy is higher. Okay, so number 3 is wrong. Okay, let's so the answer is A. Okay, for here you can see dry river, a blended river, a blended stream. This one is called. Okay, which of the following conditions may lead to the formation of fluvial features shown in this photograph? Shallow channel. Is it having a shallow channel? I don't think so. And then abundant sediment. I think so. Because you can see there's a lot of sediment is deposited right here. Salt weather parameter. What is parameter? Subzone. Okay, which is talking about the perimeter of the channel. Okay, if it is salt, then which is talking about the river is shallow. If it's shallow, then this is this brown stream are more easily to be deposited. So number 2 and number 3 is correct. Okay, number 18. Which of the human activities in the river basin and their consequence of the and their consequences are correctly matched, increase the reforested area, discharge will reduce. Because more trees will absorb more water, so in general, the discharge of the river will reduce. This one is correct. Number one, right. Dragging of the river channel, and then the speed of the channel flow is increased, right? Because the obstacle of the river channel will reduce, so they can flow more freely. Okay, building dam reservoir. Okay, the sediment behind the dam increased. Okay, this one is correct also. Okay, number 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then which of the following about the sand speed are correct? Okay, is it correct? Correct. Okay, it's formed by longshore drift. Bear in mind, longshore drift is totally related to the deposition. Okay, number 1 is correct. And then located between 2 islands. How come? This one is for Tombolo only. So number 2 is wrong. And then the offshore gradient is gentle. Right. Okay. Because if it's shallower offshore gradient, and then the deposition will be easily occur. So number 1 and 3, boy. Okay, this one is low down. This is a stackler. Okay, can you see Tombolo? Be frank. Okay, can you see a hole here? This one is sea arch. So number 1 and 2, Tombolo is absent. A. Okay, this one is it going to withstand the tsunamis? If I put it in Cp2, okay? You can refer to the page question number, because every CP is going to have 2 questions. And then for the first 6 questions, which is related to your map reading, and then 7H should be chapter 1. So if it's number 9 or number 10, so it should be CP2, okay? Then if it's CP2, it's not related to here. I know this one is 14th, okay, number 14th, but on that time, the sequence is not right, not the same as now, okay. So don't try to make it into too difficult. I don't want to explain here because it is too complicated. So number 1 is not correct, okay. You can just refer to the question number. If it is 9, 10, it is definitely about CP2. So this one is wrong. Okay, and then it reduced the impact caused by longshore drift. Is it? What is longshore drift? Longshore drift is doing like this. It's doing like this. It's doing like this. They are doing in an oblique way. Okay, or even parallel way. A bit oblique, not parallel. If parallel, it cannot be deposited. Sorry. Okay, and the presence of this wall can help to reduce the deposition, the longshore drift. Okay. So number 2 is correct, okay? And then hard synergy, low delta, you can feel it, right? So number 2 and number 3 is correct, C, okay? Which of the following description about destructive wave are correct? Right here, you can refer to my notes again. You can refer to page 30 something. Wait a minute. Page 30 something. This summary, 32 of your summary, you can find out all the things here. All the characteristics about constructive wave and destructive wave is right here. Okay? So let's have a check out. Long wavelength for the destructive wave, isn't it the case? Because the long if the wave is high in frequency, it cannot having a long wavelength. It should be having a short wavelength. So number 1, wrong. High wave frequency, is it? As I've said before, destructive wave should have high wave frequency. Number 2 is correct. And then strong backwash is then the weak, and then the swash is weak. So backwash is giving the sediment to the coast. Swash is taking away the sediment from. Once again, backwash is taking away the sediment from the coast, and then the swash is giving the sediment to the coast. So, what is destructive wave? We are going to take the sediment away. So number 2 and 3 is correct, but number 1 is not correct. C. Okay. Right here, you can see this one is a wave cut platform. OK 嚇 wave cut platform 哇 emotional and constructive 喎 come on OK one of them are wrong because this is mutually exclusive OK 呢個係 exclusive this is emotional depositional 啊 you can see a lot of wave here emotional 啦 OK and then number 2 is wrong and then number 3 most of them are in the headland you have no choice actually but you know headland which is the tip of the land is always having erosion number 1 and number 3 okay again whoa this one if there's a increase of vegetation cover interception increase right surface runoff decrease right water table will be dropped let's check out the answer not quite sure sorry yeah I think it is not wow so I think this one is wrong the water table will not be dropped because the woods there will enhance the water penetration to the deeper horizon of the soil okay so this one let's get back to there this one will not be dropped 1 and 2 only this one control of dam at the upper and lower course of the Changjiang what is happening reduction of organic matter in the downstream is that a benefit it's not a benefit less flooding in the lower course higher for the others are all benefits so that there is very easy 77% getting it right so if you go to the examination room please bring a highlighter I beg you okay sometimes it's just asking it's kind of comprehension okay reading comprehension okay now for this one 26 if there's a column like this apart from the mainland stack dot okay not difficult this one and then which of the following about the above diagram is correct yeah depositional found along the shore is it depositional landform we can find a lot of depositional landform indeed okay and then pedals are transported from northeast to northwest from northwest which is right here to southeast rearward okay you can see the arrows here from northwest to southeast right the pedals are generally larger in C where C is right here very hard to let you see both B and C okay C is here anyway okay you can check out in the screen by yourself okay B this one should having a finer larger particle this one should having a smaller particle you see why because the larger particle is heavier and then they have to drop down at the earlier time and then finally the energy is dissipated right here okay 佢逐漸中文講多次點解呢度啲石會大嚿啲？點解呢度啲石會細嚿啲？因為我一開始咧重啊嘛，重嗰啲我頂唔順我就放低先㗎嘛，跟住去到後尾咧佢啲能量冇晒啦，咁啲細嘅石先會留低喺度㗎嘛，睇下啱啱咯，唔信我咪因為我自己都唔肯定，好夜啦，12點先拍呢條片嘅，對唔住啊。Yeah, 1 and 2, okay. As I said before, if the wave is strong at the very beginning, they can move the larger particle, but they will also drop down the larger particle at the very beginning because they need more energy to transport this. Okay, but finally the smaller particle will remain in the later time. Okay, let's go to another question. Now this one is done. I've duplicated this one. Sorry about this. Is it? Have I duplicated? Yeah, I duplicated the question. Oh, okay. Not a big deal. Okay. Which of the following factors are affecting the magnitude of the wave? Wave frequency. Right or wrong? Yes. Wind speed. Yes. Fetch. Yes. So is it? But number one is a bit how to say? Number one is a bit problematic because because it's about the wave frequency is the is the effect of the wave, okay, but not the cause of the wave. Okay, so for here the causal effect relationship you should be very clear. Okay, I'm talking about this one. Yeah. Don't go away. Come on. Yeah, this one because it's talking about factors, but the wave magnitude will cause higher wave frequency. Okay, this is just a characteristic or the effect of the destructive wave. Okay, so 呢個係果嚟嘅 wave frequency 係果嚟嘅 this is the effect but not the cause of the magnitude of the wave. But for number 2 and 3 this is really the cause of the destructive wave, so number 2 and 3 is correct. Okay, and then which of the following are the human utilization of the floodplain? Okay, 我可以做啲咩啊 floodplain 嘅話 building settlement, yes, because it can help to it's flat land indeed, so it's more easy to have a build up. Okay, and then generate high electric power. It need a dam, but floodplain cannot build a dam. Okay, number 2 is wrong. And then farmland, this one is right, because flat land is always farmable. Okay, so number 1 and 3, boy. Okay, and then which of the following measures may lower the chance of the flooding? Is it? Yeah, flooding. Afforestation, yes. Strengthening of the river channel, yes. As I've said before, channelization. Returning farmland to the lake, this one is also right because lake can help to contain the sediment. It can reduce the chance of flooding. Okay, dog. Okay, D. Which of the following are the favorable factors that favor the formation of delta? Heavy load. Yes, because we need load to make deposition. Presence of large lake along the river, as I said before, lake can help to contain, not contain, take away the deposit. Okay, so if we have a large lake, the delta may not be easily occur because the deposition will reduce as the load is reduced by the lake. Okay, gentle gradient at the river mouth, this one is right. Okay, 1 and 3, boy. Okay, this one point X, point Y. Point X, what's happening here is always talking about the Oxbow Lake, meander, those kind of things. How to memorize this more efficiently? Think about you are a car driver. Okay, if you are driving like this, if you turn right here, you need to have a more effort to make this turn. Okay， 中文講多次，你揸車嘅話咧，你行內彎嘅話係會快啲，不過咧個問題係而家架車咧係唔會有，即係呢啲水咧係唔會有個司機喺度揸噶嘛，因為你橫衝直撞啊嘛，如果橫衝直撞嘅話咧，佢撞埋呢度咧，其實佢個 obstacle 係大咗嘅。The obstacle for passing X is larger, and then the obstacle for passing Y is lower. So what will happen? What will happen? Think about it. think about it. As I said before, X is the inner band, and then point Y is in the outer band. Inner band will have gentle slope than the outer band because the deposition is taking place in the X. OK，X 係內彎啊嘛，內彎嘅話佢個阻力大啲，阻力大啲嘅話 deposition occur. If there are more obstacle means deposition is higher. OK，and then river cliff will in the outer bank because the movement of there, the obstacle right there is lower. And then if the obstacle is lower, the river velocity will higher. OK，so number 1 is wrong. And then number 2, 3, correct, sir? OK，nothing to deal with. Bear in mind, for the inner bank and outer bank, just think about obstacle. When you pass through the inner bank, more obstacle. When you pass through the outer bank, less obstacle. This is the key concept you need to deal with for the inner bank and outer bank. Next one. Let's see. Sorry about this. Oh. Yeah. Come on, be quick. This one. And you can see this one definitely. Bear in mind, if you see this kind of curve, remind yourself quickly. This one is positive correlation or negative correlation. If this one negative correlation, think about mesh all of this and think about whether it makes sense or not. River velocity increase with gradient. So this one should be positive correlation, but right here is negative correlation. Wrong. Wavelength of the channel, if as I have said before, more wavelength, more obstacle, fewer velocity. So this one is correct. And then discharge. Well, come on. What is the equation of discharge? Discharge equation is the river velocity times the cross-sectional area. So this one, if the velocity is the factor of the discharge, they should be in the positive correlation. So 2 only. B. A stack comes again. Wow, every year have a stack. Again, if it is stack, non-fetch. Shelter location, wrong. Presence of line of weakness. You can see this one from your concept in the dynamic earth. You should know that this is a line of weakness. Number 1 and 3, bye, boy. And then this one. Wow, this one, pay attention. What the time lag of above hydrograph? You can see this one is a hydrograph. And what where can you find the information about the hydrograph, which is in your page 20? Not sure, 20 or 21. Have a look first, sorry. Hello, where are you? Oh, it should be 23. What's time lag? Bear in mind, this question is very tricky. I give you back later. Because one of the options start with here, and then one of the options start with here, and then one of the options start with here. So bear in mind, if we are talking about time lag, it is talking about the rainfall peak to the discharge peak. 兩個都係 peak 嘅。Time lag. We for the pond to start. We have to measure the both peak between the rainfall and also the discharge. So accordingly, peak is here. 4. Hour 4. And then peak of discharge is right here. Hour 6. So it should be 2 hours. Number 2. 2 hours, not number 2. 黐線嚇。哇 again 內灣又嚟啦。It comes the inner bank and also outer bank. As I have said before, right here velocity is lower. Right here velocity is higher because right here more obstacle, right here less obstacle. So accordingly, this one is wrong.
How about this one? More obstacle, slower, velocity slower, velocity slower should have the deposition, okay? And then erosion will take place in here. And then if erosion take place here, cliff will occur, slip of slope will occur. Number 2 and 3, C, okay? 跟呢個啦 P, Q, again, what's Q? I cannot hear, I cannot see. What's that? This one is definitely a waterfall and pothole, some of them, okay? This one is correct, okay? Because you can see this one is steeper and Q is not that steep, okay? Particle size of the low, larger and smaller. I think it's correct. You can see a lot of sand here, and then there's a lot of rock here, okay? Erosive power, P is higher, low doubt you can see a lot of erosion structure here. And right here, you can see a lot of depositional structure here. 你見到好多沙，the sand is deposited here. So, 1, 2, 3, dot, okay? Forestation again, okay? Forestation, not decreasing infiltration, come on, not decreasing interception. Increase of transpiration. What is transpiration? It's talking about the outflow of water by the plants, okay? So C is correct, okay? Because of pan. Oh, this one, positive correlation. Vegetation cover, interception, increase, right? Number 1 is correct. Infiltration will also increase, correct. Number 3, surface runoff, negative correlation. More tree, fewer surface runoff, as I have said before. Number 1 and 2, A, okay? Right here, comes again. Page 20, summary, page 20, okay? But anyway, go through with you. Upper course, narrower, lower course, wider, right. Upper course, deeper, lower course, shallower, right. And then number 3, correct or not? Wrong, okay? Bear in mind, if you memorize the table for the page 20, you got half of the river MC already, must be, okay? So, what's the answer? But wait a minute. I got something wrong. Narrower, wider, this one correct. Check out the answer. Because Mr. Leung may overlook something. Because I'll be tired now. Check this out. Number 1 only. Why? Check this out. Upper course is shallower than the lower course. Oh, because it's talking about width. You can see here. Because it's not a must for number 2. Okay? Can be shallower for the upper course. Whew. Almost done. Come on. Waterfall again. This one. Which of the following statements about this photograph are correct? The photograph is taken in upper course. As I said before, waterfall should be in the upper course, right? So, this one correct. Hydraulic action is strong in this site, right? Okay? A punch pull is present at this site. This one is punch through. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Dot. Again. What's this? Channelization. Channelization will increase the river velocity, increase the manifold discharge, because lateral channel will have smaller volume. Okay? Reducing the channel friction, yes, because you can see it is smooth. Okay, smooth, then the friction will decrease. Okay, 1, 2, 3, dot. How about this? Again, this one is talking about this one, the ground. So if the ground is quality is built like this, how we are going to deal with? What's the correct direction of longshore drift in this area? It should be like this. So what is north? Should be like this, isn't it? Yeah. So it should be from here or like this. It should be, the remaining question is from southwest to northeast or from northeast to southeast. You can see the depth position here. You can see the depth position here. There are more depth position here. So it will be like this. Okay? It will be like this. Okay? So it should be from southwest to northeast. Okay? Oh, almost all done. So that's the end of the schoology, and then one more reminder for the summary. And for the summary, if you are not really going to deal with the DBQ of Cp2, I really suggest you just memorize the summary, the table right here first. Okay, just here is enough. Okay, bear in mind the features of upper course, lower course of different of the rivers. And then this is page 20 and 21. Okay, and then afterwards this kind of things just have a look okay. Bear in mind waterfall is in upper course, but actually I have remind you here already, remind you in the page 21 already. Okay, and then this one have look is okay. Okay, and then bear in mind some strategy. Okay, if you are not going to do dig into too deep, for example, you are doing the essay for the Cp2 if you are not going to do this I think you just memorize the measures and also some of their functions is okay 你記下啲 channelization 有啲咩好處嗰啲咁其實 OK 㗎啦 but generally they are more or less the same. Okay, for example, channelization and also dragging of river is going to reduce the flooding make the velocity higher both of them are like this, like increasing the volume of the increasing volume of the channel bypass flood rate, which is going to regulate the discharge blah 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 blah. Okay, a lot of things can be go on. And then the for the chapter of C, this is eutrophication. If you really don't know what is eutrophication, you can have a look here. Okay, pollution. This one is also an interesting fact, which is talking about what's the percentage of the lake of the river suffering from eutrophication by different continents. Okay, you can see Asia Pacific is quite horrible. Half of it, more than half of it, is suffering the eutrophication. Okay, dam building, free gorge dam. These are very useful information. If you really don't want to memorize all the things that here. Okay. 你唔中意背咁長嘅話，睇嗰個表其實都 OK 㗎啦。頭先嗰個，and then for the part of C, then again if you don't want to dig into too deep, this this table will be fine. Page 33. Okay, but if you're going to aim it at the DBQ of the chapter 2, you have to memorize all the entity diagram, no doubt. Okay, one by one. A lot to go. Okay, but I'm not going to go through with you here okay, so that's the end of the again also there are some measures of the different coastal measures, okay, of how human being reduce the erosion and also deposition along the coast. Okay, so you better have a look. That's the end of the Cp2 schoology and also the summary manual. Bye.